guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It is never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now, today is the 4th of April, 2025. Can't even believe it, to be honest with you. There is chaos in the crypto markets. There's chaos in the stock market. All I do is see this as buying opportunity. That is dollar cost averaging opportunity. All right. Now, again, it is, what time is it? It's 4:20 p.m. here in Melbourne. Cheers, everyone. Yes, I've got my espresso. Need to stay energized. We're going to go over Ripple. That is a given on my channel. A major milestone and integrates RLUSD into its payment solution, which is very, very bullish. We're going to go through that. Big news, Coinbase files for XRP futures. Is a spot ETF approval coming? We're going to go through that as well. XRP emerges as a retail favorite. Not just my favorite, but a retail favorite. And Ethereum is not doing that well either. And a trader has said it's basically coming to a very abrupt crash, which we're going to go through that as well. The tariffs, all I've been seeing, again, as I mentioned yesterday on my video, is tariffs. We've got a New York court bans Genius Group from trading stocks and holding Bitcoin. So there's some stuff going on there. And of course, markets shudder at Trump tariffs. S&P 500 has worst day in 5 years. Now, that's saying a lot because during the pandemic, my portfolio, again, was absolutely tanking. And I mean tanking, but I just continued to dollar cost average. Saw some pretty incredible returns, especially with one stock, which was ExxonMobil. I mean, oil, yet they couldn't give it away because everything was shut down, right? Anyway, we're going to go over that as well as my 3 commerce trading bots, which I've still got running on gate.io. All of these links are below, by the way. Let's get into it, guys. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification because as you can see on my channel, I absolutely love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom. And of course, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. Things are getting crazy. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. So give it a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's down there. Thank you very much. You guys rock. Also, a little disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff, right? I don't want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yeah, we don't like to lose. You can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto. So be careful. All right. Formalities are out of the way. Have another sip of the espresso. And I am standing up doing this video. My Apple Watch tells me to get up and move around, so I'm getting notifications about that. But more to the point, just getting active, which is hilarious. I've got some barbells down here for stress relief, and they're 15 kilos each, so pretty cool. Anyway, enough rambling. These are the current ETFs that are pending on Wall Street, okay, for cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of them, and more to the point, once this happens and once these are approved, things are going to change dramatically. This is why I'm so optimistic and bullish on cryptocurrencies, all right? We have Solana ETFs. We've got 21 shares. We've got Van Eck, Grayscale, Bitwise, Canary Capital, and Franklin Templeton. Let me know in the comments if I've missed anything, all right? We've got XRP. I mean, there's so many of them. It's wild. But just to summarize, we've got Bitwise, Canary Capital, 21 shares, Wisdom Tree, Pro shares, we've got Coin shares, Grayscale, Volatility shares, and Franklin Templeton, which is freaking enormous. I mean, BlackRock is yet to do this and yet to file a 19B-4 application with the SEC. This is going to be incredible. Dogecoin, Grayscale, Bitwise, which is nice. Litecoin is Canary Capital, Grayscale, of course, and Coin shares. Sui, which again, one is an altcoin that I've been bullish on for a very long time. Thanks to Raoul Pal for this insight into this coin. Canary Capital, we've got Hedera, Grayscale, which is nice. Avalanche or Avax, we've got Van Eck, which is nice. And Trump, President Trump meme coin ETFs. We've got Rex Advisors, Trump meme coin ETF, and Osprey meme coin ETF. So the Trump meme coin is getting its own ETF apparently. So that'll be sitting on the SEC. These are all sitting on the SEC's desk. So Paul Atkins, who's yet to be confirmed, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but keeping a very close eye on that. yes, this is no BS, but for those of you who invest on Wall Street, this is Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, his Berk A share is currently valued at 785,000 US dollars. No BS, no bullshit. Go look it up. I'm not making this up. I do hold I remember when I started investing in shares a long time ago, I did put like $10 into this, but anyway, it's just nuts. It did peak up overnight to 800,000 US dollars. Again, I'm seeing this as a buying opportunity in the crypto markets because everything is down, and we'll get to that in a second. But I mean, banking coins, and yet the tariffs are causing havoc around the world. And I literally run, don't literally, but I run multiple e-commerce businesses, right? Especially for my jewelry business. But I just got an email from DHL about the tariffs into the United States. So everything that we send over to the United States is getting a 10% or tariff or tax on top of whatever we send over there. So it doesn't matter what it is as far as I'm aware. So it could be mail, it could be, express post or packages, whatever it may be, it's 10%. So, I mean, again, as I mentioned yesterday on the channel, the United States has significant debt, like in the trillions of dollars. And that I think, pretty much the next couple of years, this will get it under control, as well as the gold card, which I'll show you in a second. But anyway, let's move on. Going to CoinMarketCap. We've got a total market cap today, if you can see on the screen, 2.64 trillion. It is down again 1.38%, which is pretty brutal. We've got Ethereum Grid Index sitting at 25. CoinMarketCap top 100 sitting at $161 billion in volume. Bitcoin ETFs, we've got net for today anyway, that's the 3rd of April. We're the 4th day ahead here. Negative 99.8%, or sorry, negative 99.8 million dollars. Ethereum is negative 3.6. That is significant. Okay. I mean, look at this daily net flow right here. I mean, Ethereum is basically going to crash, in my opinion. It's not doing too well. 62% Bitcoin dominance, 8.16% for Ethereum. Now, having a look at the prices right now, we've got Bitcoin at 82,994 US dollars, down 0.59%. Ethereum's at 1,700. Ethereum is not doing that well. Look at that. It's down 49% in the last 90 days. 49%, 17% in the last 30 days, and again 6.4% in the last 7 days. That is brutal. Now, having a look at XRP, let's just have a quick look at this. I mean, all the crypto markets are down. 24 hours, 0.39%, not relevant. 7 days, 9%. 30 days is 15%. 90 days, 15%. So it's not doing that bad. And in the last year, we're still up with XRP 261%. This does not happen in traditional finance markets, by the way. I'm saying the average return in a year is between 8 to 10% when you're holding the S&P 500. Probably not now, but that's the average. And if it's a good year, probably 13 to maybe 14 or 15 if you're lucky in the S&P 500. So it's bloody interesting. Solana, 115. That has been crashing as well. Doge, we've got 16 cents. ADA, Cardano, 65 cents. We've got Sui at $2.19, Litecoin $83. Let's have a look at some other gems that I personally like anyway. We've got VeChain. This one's just doing nothing for me in the portfolio, but I'm just holding it. ALGO, I love, 18 cents. Banking Coin, XDC at 6 cents. So the crypto markets are taking an absolute beating the last couple of days. I mean, pre-tariff announcement, I think there was a suggestion that it was going to be across the board 10%. Reciprocal tariffs, but that didn't happen when the announcement came out, obviously. So that's why we're seeing some pretty chaotic stuff in the markets. I need my coffee balls. Now, moving on, earn curve. I did break the 600 retails investors on the wait list. So thank you very much to all of you. I'm currently sitting at 604 at the moment, which is incredible. As I said, I've submitted all my documentation to AusTrack on Wednesday. And now it's in their hands. So they're assessing all my documentation, paperwork. There is mountains of paperwork for this. So again, spot crypto market, we're going to be doing buy, sell, and trade, and on-ramp and off-ramp. So it's pretty straightforward because that is what is allowed. under the registration. So, and of course, once this is up and moving, then we can look into the Australian Financial Services license and incorporate the US equities. That is the goal, okay? So that is the goal. But again, if you haven't gone to sign up to the waitlist, go do that. It's earncurveinvest.com. I do have a capital raise target here of $1 million, and of course, that will be in the pre-seed funding round. Once I get this up and running, of course, after registration with Austrac, because we want to be compliant, guys. This is no BS. Taking on the big guys in this space. Go join it. First name, last name, email, and phone number. That is freaking awesome. All right. So thank you very much to all of you that have donated to help me get to this point. It's all still there because, again, there's so much paperwork, as you can appreciate. Australia is very strict on licensing, and we want to come into compliance. All right. That's very important for me anyway, because it's legit. This is going to be around for a long time, and things are growing in this space. So it's very exciting times. Thank you so much to all of you for helping me out. And if you haven't gone to join the waitlist, go do that, earncurveinvest.com. Hopefully we can get registration through pretty quick. They have a process of 90 days from when you make the application. Once then you submit further information. Once that request comes through, then they have another further 90 days. So it could be any time. So I'm in their hands. So let's just pray and see what happens. Money never sleeps, guys. Yes, the Wall Street Bull official. Again, in the meantime, even though the markets are crashing, the investments that I have are still paying dividends. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I wrote this book, because no matter what happens in the stock market, I know it's not crypto related, but you're still earning an income from your investments. And that's very freaking important, because not only in stock market, but any other investment, prices fluctuate. It could be real estate, it could be, luxury watches, it could be cars. It doesn't matter. Prices always go up and down. All right. But there's one thing I know for certain. This is the best. There's no maintenance costs with dividends. There's no risk of theft in terms of, someone breaking and stealing a watch, or, no maintenance costs on a house, or, owner's corporation or body corporate fees to maintain that property, broken air conditioners, or, blocked toilets or something. Who knows? There's none of those costs with dividends. This is why I strongly believe this is an asset for the future. And that's why I wrote the book, Money Never Sleeps. So go get yourself a copy of it. Have a read of it. If it brings you some financial literacy, and again, I hope it brings you a lot of benefit and value, I should say, is what I'm trying to get out. I've done my job with this book. So go get it. The link is below in the description, thewallstreetbullofficial.com. All right, guys, go read it. Now, again, I do have the Wall Street Bull University. You can join that as well. I've put up a few things in there. Now, Ripple has announced the integration of USD-backed stablecoin RLUSD into its flagship cross-border payments platform, Ripple Payments. The move, according to the company, is expected to enhance speed, lower costs, and broaden the existing suite of services the platform provides to financial institutions worldwide. First introduced in 2024, RLUSD was designed to enterprise-grade USD-dominated stablecoin created with Ripple, describes a trust, utility, and compliance at its core. Okay, this is key. It is compliant. It is approved regulatory stablecoin. The company notes that RLUSD has already reached nearly $250 million in market cap, facilitated $10 billion in trading volume, and continues to draw interest from financial entities seeking stable, compliance-centered digital assets for cross-border operations. I can't wait for this. I really want to use it to trade, to buy and sell crypto assets. I think it's going to be freaking amazing. All right, but also, I can't wait for it to be on multiple exchanges as well. I believe Kraken's just supporting it. Coinbase did have it listed, but you couldn't actually buy it. I'm not sure. I haven't checked that for a long time. Now, this is another one as well. Coinbase is filing for an XRP futures, which is nice. Coinbase Institutional has announced that Coinbase Derivatives has officially filed with the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, or the CFTC, to self-certify XRP futures. This move aims to offer regulated, capital-efficient way for investors to gain exposure to XRP, one of the most liquid digital assets in the market, which is bullish. The XRP futures contracts are expected to go live on April 21st, 2025, so this month, which is freaking awesome. And it could pave the way, again, for ETFs, spot ETFs, okay, so buying the physical asset itself. And again, XRP emerges as a retail favorite, which is nice, outpacing Bitcoin's institutional rally. But, I mean, this is just one of the assets, I should say. So yes, XRP is a big part of my portfolio, but as well as Bitcoin. And again, the coins that are basically going to receive ETF approvals, you have to look at those in detail, all right? And again, since 2022 cycle low, XRP has seen a 490% increase in active addresses, which again is bullish. Go check out the XRP Rich List video on my channel. While Bitcoin has only seen a 10% increase, the research firm said the indication of a sharp retail interest. And again, I believe so. Once these ETFs will be approved. Now, a trader is saying that Ethereum is headed for a massive crash against Bitcoin as bearish pattern forms. I'm not going to get into too much technical analysis right here. You're going to have a sip of water. But again, Ethereum is not doing that well. But again, it's still part of my portfolio. I will say, as much as I don't like it. Crypto tariffs. President Trump imposing heavy tariffs has injected a fresh dose of uncertainty into the crypto market, an arena already known for its volatility. These tariffs designed to reshape global trade and having a ripple effect on currency valuations, supply chains, and inflation, forcing traders to adapt to a rapidly changing landscape. Initially, a stronger US dollar, potentially fueled by tariff-induced trade imbalances, could extract downward pressure on the crypto prices as investors seek to the perceived safety of traditional assets. I honestly believe that these tariffs will, bring people to Bitcoin because, again, it's pretty much consistent, guys. I mean, it's hanging around that $82,000, $83,000, $84,000 level for weeks. So it's pretty stable at this point. This is what's interesting. It's pretty stable. At least you're trading with leverage, which we're going to get into in a second, but it's fairly stable. Look, I don't know too much about this, but it's fascinating. But the New York court's injunction against Genius Group disrupts its Bitcoin treasury strategy and fundraising efforts, intensifying financial and legal challenges as the company contests the ruling. Its bold Bitcoin-first approach faces mounting uncertainty. So they're basically being blocked from holding anything Bitcoin, which is interesting. And the S&P 500 has literally suffered its worst day in 5 years as Apple stock dives 9%. Now, again, I see this as freaking opportunity. Okay, I really do. I'm not saying this is financial advice, but I see this as opportunity. This happened during the pandemic with all oil stocks. I bought the dip and continued to dollar cost average every week with small amounts of money at that time. And read my book, guys, because this is going to help you. But everything's pretty much at a discount. I mean, these companies and these institutions and whatever you choose to invest in, it's not financial advice. They're going to be around for a very long time. Apple, we all use Apple products, or if you're Android, whatever. Samsung, you've got, again, Tesla. Tesla's huge in terms of technology as well. Kathy Woods put out a price prediction the other day for Tesla, $2,500 per share. So, I mean, go and have a read of that, or go and watch the interview with her. But these companies are not going anywhere. So 9% as, I can't remember his freaking name. I can't remember his name. He's a fairly prominent investor on Wall Street, huge fund manager, older guy. I can't remember his name. Anyway, look, basically he said that he sees these kind of rallies and dives in the market as opportunity and at a discount. So let that one sink in there. Now, moving on, 3 commas. I've got one bot trading at the moment. Now, all of the links for 3 commas are below, and I'm not sure why it's logged me out. This is very annoying. Let's go to bot actions right here. Now, it is down. Okay, so the bot is down. I'm trading 10 cryptocurrencies with this bot. And again, the reserve cryptocurrencies are part of this as well. As you can see, BNB, Toncoin, DOT, Aave, ALGO, Shiba Inu, Curve, ICP, Maker. What else have we got here? Let's keep scrolling down. Alluvium, Jupiter. Of course, we've got Hedera, XRP, Ethereum, Chainlink. Now, what I did was I had all of the reserve coins in there, and I also went on to Crypto Slate to look at it's just a better chart to look at. Picked out my coins that I want to add to this. Again, I've got one deal for simultaneous deals per bot, so it doesn't overload it. 10 active trades at a time. 25 USDT base order. And again, I've got that on limit order. Actual fact, let's change it to market order because it's going to go through a lot quicker. So I've just made an adjustment. Isolated leverage with this. I don't use cross leverage because if there is something that happens in one position, it's going to liquidate your entire trading bot system here. So I mean, should open trades, it'll liquidate all of them. So isolated. RSI length is a 14 on a 3-minute time frame. Less than is the condition on signal values at 27. Now again, averaging orders. So basically when the market drops, it's going to buy up as the market moves down. So I've got 30 USDT right here. Price deviation is at 2%. Max averaging orders per trade, 30. So there's 30 trades that it's going to take as the market drops. And when the market comes back up, it's just going to sell them off. So it just keeps moving up and down. And of course, I've got 1.5% profit taking right here. And the bots are working apart from this stupid market crash, but it does happen. Now, again, we're down today. Having a look at the futures right here. There's 5 positions open up at the moment. As you can see, I'm trading XDC. That is in profit. Sui is in profit. Chainlink's in profit. Now, again, you may not think it's a lot. But coming over to position history, and by the way, the referral link for 3 commas is below and gate.io. You can see the profits that it's making. It's not big, but it's consistent. And again, liquidations occurred with Ethereum, Cardano. This is trading with 10x leverage, so be careful with this, by the way. And again, it just trades for me non-stop. As you can see, they do make profits. And 40 cents USDT, it adds up, guys. It adds up. So go check it out. Having a look at X, there's not a lot happening on X today, to be quite fair. Thank you to those 8,800 people. You guys freaking rock. That is how you take money out of Australian banks. Go watch that. It's hilarious. Here is the Trump gold card, which looks like monopoly money to me. It was pretty cool. So if you invest $5 million, you get a gold card, which means you basically become a US resident, which is pretty cool. We've got a similar thing here in Australia. If you bring in that kind of money, they'll give you a residency here in Australia. John Deaton putting out a bit of a thread right here, but he's basically going over Coinbase because they're excited to obviously introduce derivatives for XRP, which is bullish. Moving on, for BlackRock has bought 800 Bitcoin today, which is crazy. And here's the gold card.
It's the first of the cards. So you know what that card is? It's the gold card. The Trump card, gold card. Anybody want to buy?
Be cool to have one of those too, by the way. Jim Cramer says he's disappointed with President Trump's tariffs and his administration screwed it up. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. There is a 54% chance that there will be a US recession. Pretty sure we're going to have one here in Australia because the interest rates are too freaking high and everything is just too expensive. Now moving on. I'm not going to get too much in this, but see this right here. Has anyone had this? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious about that. We've got Paul Atkins, clear Senate Banking Committee moving to full Senate vote. So Paul Atkins is coming. Things are building. I think we're just waiting for that. And yes, Brad Garlinghouse has 588 followers at the moment, or following 588. He is due to speak in Singapore in June, which is nice to see that. And yeah, you can see $2.85 trillion wiped out from the US stock market today. Everything is at a discount. I mean, everything is at a discount. 9% for Apple, 7% for Nvidia, 3.9% for Google. Meta, not that I invest in Meta, 8.9%. Let's have a look here. JP Morgan, 6.97%. It's unbelievable to see that. Anyway, guys, go join EarnCurve's waitlist. It is down below. I'll keep everybody posted, of course. You'll know as soon as I hear back from the regulator about that. Go get yourself a copy of Money Never Sleeps. Link is below. The wallstreetbullofficial.com. My website link is below. Go get it. It's going to change your life. And of course, have an espresso, guys. Long video today. Peace out.